Hey guys, you know we do this every year, and we are giving you our 2024 recap of Horrible Decisions / Decisions. We, because y'all know we done did the rebrand by now. Sorry, by the way, for scaring you. We are here and here to stay, okay? So I'm really excited and normally love this episode because you guys get to see some of our favorite moments or guests throughout 2024. And boy, do we have some, okay? So the first episode, I'm actually going to take us back to our recording on January 26th, but you guys got this at the end of February. We actually shot this when we were in Las Vegas for our AVN nominee, and I am really, truly still obsessed with this guest. I think we need a part 2, and so hopefully maybe we can bring her on to Patreon to give us more tea about, I think it was her engagement or marriage from the guy she met at McDonald's, okay? Y'all, this episode is with Mia Darke, or at Bitch Puddin' J Sr. on Instagram. And on this episode, we discussed from sub to dom. She's a dominatrix who had the best stories to tell, like these. Take a listen.
What is the job that's beyond the dom?
Let's see. I am a professional dominatrix. I have my welding license. I work in medical health and I do mental health. Let's see. Did I say I run my own catering business? I think I did. I'm a hustler.
Period.
Tell me about the jobs within the professional dominatrix.
Inside of professional domination.
Because it's not just like, is it pay pigs? What is it?
Oh my God. It's everything. I've seen some of the ladies y'all have had on here like he likes to my, that kind of, yes, that's real. The struggle is real. That is what they're coming for. And my website, Just Say Red, is literally for that reason. I used to have, until somebody was like, you're going to get sued for that. It used to play the intro for It Ain't For Everybody from Jay-Z.
I know, that's hilarious.
If you go on right now, I have a video up there with a boy, and it plays to gotta.
Well, I'm not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. I guess then, what things do you offer across the gambit? Because
across the board, there's like what you would think of as general fetish, like feminization, bimbofication, like boys who want to be transformed into women, beautiful women, very high-end, high-class, elegant broads.
They want to be transformed?
Yes, they want to be transformed. They don't want to be trans. They don't. No. They don't want to actually.
Is this cross-dressing?
You are a judge for cross-dressing. Is cross-dressing only something that you would consider men do? Or, I mean, is it across the board
it's
that
across
everyone
the
does?
board.
Okay.
Like, catch me. You saw my pictures.
I know. I
got a head full of wig right now. And by the time it gets hot in summertime and I get to do my month and a half, almost 2 months of traveling across LA, back over here and pinging back and forth, doing my circuit, I'll be slapped bald. I will shave it off. It's too hot outside. That's not my deal. Like, I am not here to make you happy. It is absolutely the other way around. If you don't make me happy, you don't have room in my circle.
So when they come for you and want to transform, like you said,
yes,
and get into cross-dressing and dress up, what does that entail? What do you guys do? What is the role-playing aspect? What are they paying for?
Need to know.
They are paying for the experience of one, I'm doing it to you. So you're getting the
She
best
said it's
hand.
me.
Yeah, seriously. Like, I'm doing this to you. Be grateful. I'm helping you the fuck out. You could be taking your ass to Party City, getting a bad wig and cheap ass lingerie. No pudding.
Wait, so you help them dress up?
Yeah. I will take grown ass men to the hood because they're worried about, oh, my mother, oh, my aunts, my grandma shops here, blah, blah, blah. We can't go to Lane Bryant. Well, let me tell you, we about to hop over one whole city.
And go to Rainbow.
And we're going to go to the hood. And we're going to Rainbow. We're going to It's Fashion. We're going to Ashley Stewart.
We're going to DD's.
And we got to get you like the good size thick boots.
Is the part of the going shopping together part of public humiliation? Do you make them so they get out of the...
Oh, in my phone I have a video of a boy standing inside of Jenny O's in Dallas, Texas, or right outside of Dallas in Duncanville. And I'm making him pay for all the... I'm going to dress him up in that night. The wig that he bought, the nylons he bought. And I have the camera right in his face while the little girl is ringing him up. And I was like, oh yeah, none of this is for me. These aren't even my colors. That's not my palette. I'm a spring. He's a winter. This is all for him. Isn't it? Yes, mistress.
Can I ask you, because this is what I like to know as well.
Isn't it?
Thing like that, the shopping, about what is the going rate for that experience?
Non-known clients to me, fresh off the boat, $400 an hour. That is the bare bones minimum.
And they got to pay
let me
for
take
everything.
that back. I also do military discounts, EMT, public service workers, because I'm like this. Everybody can't afford me. And most of the guys who are into me now that I'm in my 40s have turned into babies. There is a bunch of cubs out there like, mommy.
Oh, wow.
Let me ask, for $400 an hour, you've been doing this so long, so you're obviously, right? Like when my thing I spend the most money on nowadays is braiding, right? Some of them 700, some of them 150. So when people are paying more for a domination experience, what type of care generally comes with that?
I don't care what you're paying. The care is always going to be the same.
Oh.
It's always going to be, we are taking, what I need you to crash your car for after you left from my place. And then the police is asking 101 questions. Aftercare is absolutely needed. Let's get some water into you. You want a cookie? You want some Pedialyte? Let's pop one of these glucose pills into you because you look a little shaky. I keep a first aid kit with me, and it's not just Band-Aids and just in case I scratch your ass open. I got like 2 single-tail whips in my purse right now because I just left the showroom floor.
What's some of the most extreme, I would say role play that you've had that where you've really...
I don't know if we can say it on this show because I don't feel like
we
getting arrested. You didn't hear that last part. I don't know if I feel like being arrested.
Oh, okay.
I can tell you something that won't get me arrested, but y'all might be kind of shocked by. I've chloroformed a boy coming from the airport before, put him in the trunk of my car and rode the fuck out.
Holy.
With you?
Do you want to do that?
That don't sound like crazy to me.
I know it isn't crazy. I'm just saying.
I was like, that seems like something to me that feels okay. Like I get it. Like some I don't, right? Like we had on, I can't remember.
I know one of you absolutely don't like. You don't like the butt stuff, and I get it.
She
like you.
She kind of.
The girl's ass who like just opened. I think
that was what. No, we had someone on. I don't know. You interviewed her, and she said they wanted a hamster and a blender.
No. Oh yeah, no.
Oh, the trampling, extreme trampling, where they
wait. What is that called?
It's extreme trampling and or squishing, which means they want you to use live animals and like literally step on them till.
Yeah. Have you had someone ask?
Oh, I've had plenty of people. I got a size 13 women's foot pudding, of course.
Oh, so
and they what have they wanted you to kill?
Let's see. I had a boy who was like, "I will give you $2,000 if you take this bag of white mice that was inside of a pillowcase and just trample them with your feet until the case turns red." The other one was like, "Oh, I hate leeches. Would you be willing to like whack a bag full of leeches and then like step all over them?" I've had some crazy ass fucking. You do this shit for 25 years. It is gonna be some motherfuckers out there like, "Hey, but have you heard this shit?"
So the chloroform to me wasn't as crazy. Because
where do you buy chloroform? That's why it was crazy to me. How you just
don't ask.
Okay, never mind. See,
I was just saying,
I'm trying to keep y'all. I'm trying to keep all three of us from going.
Okay,
the BDSM king, like you know what I'm saying. Like I think of bondage. I think of like having to be like submissive to. So that to me is in there. I guess I can't get the trampling animal thing. Could you?
I don't either because I told them both no. I am a loving dog and cat mom. Ew, personal ick, cringe.
It's given. They one step away from Dahmer. Like, if you want to do that, like, you want some.
Oh, yeah, you're willing to do that. You're 2 seconds away from, like, let's find the darkest parts of the internet underneath the Mariana Trench of the internet. I need some fucking smut. And I'm like, don't get me wrong. I am an absolute smut puddler. But the kind of smut that you're asking for is not the kind of smut.
I don't even know how your brain.
Oh, my God. I forgot to put my fucking phone on silent.
Tell us what you've said no to beyond animals.
I said no to making 2 siblings fuck. I've said no to.
I ain't gonna hold you. Was they twins? Did they look good?
No.
Oh, okay. I might be sorry. Okay.
I said
what?
No.
They were
Mormons.
That's not surprising.
Was one request from the other? Or?
One was, can I fuck my sister in front of you?
Oh.
And I was like, any other time, I love me an episode of Game of Thrones. But right now, it's not really my cup of tea.
No. Oh, no.
Wait, is that something you would say no to?
Yeah. Is that consensual even?
If it's between the two of them and they've already had the conversation, I can't stop what they've already conversated about. They wanted somebody to be the facilitator.
Oh, I've already told you. I think the most disgusting thing I ever said on this show was Jason Love having sex with someone's daughter. In front of the
husband with the mother.
And I've read since people say, oh, he's told that story different ways or maybe it was a lie. I hope that's true because that checked me out of it.
I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. I've said this. I would like brothers or even twins that just look real fine.
See, that's the whole thing. It's you're forgetting that they're genetically related in the back of your head. You toss that shit the fuck out like it's the garbage last week. Inside of your head, you're like, these two hot motherfuckers. And I just want to fuck them both.
Yes. It ain't been tossed out my head. I could name a few sets of brothers now, but I ain't gonna name them.
I mean,
son, father, I've said that's been kind of... Now, clearly, they're not going to be sucking each other's dick. This is like a train gangbang situation I'm playing out here. I don't want a father and a son playing with each other, but they could both play with me.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that as long as everybody in the room has signed off on like, yeah, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this.
The dad paid for him to watch his daughter get
So here's the thing.
Disgusting.
I don't think... And look, here's how sick my mind is going. If a father had sons and wanted to watch the sons fuck me, I would even let the daddy in the room. I know. Because I'm just
that's your
it wouldn't bother me.
You don't seem to understand that, like, when it comes to kinks, when it comes to fetishes, when it comes to what's inside your head, it's inside of your head. You're not going to have a problem with it. It's when you let it outside your head and other people get to become judgmental on what the fuck it is that you're doing.
Yep, they are.
Okay, I'm not even joking, y'all. I couldn't believe this. I started trying to look up the episode saying, what was my favorite episode this year? Turns out, top of the year, Weezy had a foursome. I forgot because I didn't add another foursome. But nothing was funnier than that one white bitch who was crying because my man made that one bitch squirt and it was like, anyway, check out a clip from episode 352. Weezy had a foursome.
I wish that we had a little more dialogue of what threesomes would have looked like.
Okay.
There were no issues on our end, but I realized like we're very comfortable with each other. We're very comfortable with the idea of talking about having sex with other people and kind of like boundaries in as far as like maybe what we'd want it to look like. But we never really had the conversation like, what if it happens tonight? Which I think couples should do.
Yeah, I agree.
And we didn't, but like that was whatever. So it's our second night in Sayulita and I'm already on a high. We're talking about how we care about each other, L word, whatever. So boom. We go to this restaurant that's recommended. Maybe it's like a 7:30 reservation. We're both really tired. To the point where I'm like, I might need to do some drugs, nigga. I'm tired. So we go upstairs. They're like, oh, you can have a free drink if you go upstairs. We have a club upstairs. We go up there. It's empty as shit.
Of course it is. That's why you got the free drink.
Yep. So then we turn in. Oh, he's like, oh, can we have 2 margaritas? Turns in the token. She's like, oh, this is for our welcome drink. And I was like, bro.
What's the welcome drink?
Not a margarita, bitch. Now we got to pay for the drink. So already annoyed at that. He went to the bathroom. I was talking to some gay guy, or maybe it was the opposite. Yes. He went to the bathroom, made a friend, brought the nigga out, and the guy goes, oh my God, you're so hot. He's so hot. Oh my God, you have to meet my friends. They're lesbian. So in this empty ass club, we walk right over, and I hope they never see this. I'm not going to say they were ugly. I'm just going to say they had very forgettable faces.
Can I also say, this is why I said at the top of this episode, the mid-ugly, them niggas be getting puss. It be the mid-ugly everybody who actually be fucking more than the good-looking people. Let's be very clear. Because here you go. They had forgettable faces. That was a really nice way to call them mid-ugly.
Okay.
Did I say it mid-ugly?
They weren't ugly.
Yeah.
We didn't have, they weren't ugly. They just were forgettable. I wish I knew one of their names. Here we go. Me and this nigga, every time we go out, everybody's always looking. I don't know. He said to me, we have just really like a very sexual energy already. So I think that's one thing. And then on top of that, like, bitch, we're in Mexico. It wasn't like, and we're in a little tiny town. It wasn't no good looking people for real. So the girl looks at him and just starts gawking at him. Now, he's a handsome man, but it was almost too much. Like, it got to a little fetishizy point, and I almost was going to stop it until I realized he was just laughing and having fun.
Okay.
So,
real quick, the ethnicity of these women?
Color of the couch. And if you can't see it,
if you guys are listening, since this is an audio experience, it's white.
So,
cream.
They weren't even that. They weren't cream, babe.
Cream, like milk.
I want to say they were from Alaska or Oregon.
White.
It's very
okay. White.
So
white then.
One wasn't. I don't want to say she was femme, but one was way more butch.
Okay.
So the one that wasn't butch sees him and was like, oh my God.
So she's bisexual. Let's go.
Dying for this nigga. Look at these arms. Like, and I was like, why is she doing this? Like, it was just too much. So he's laughing like, what the fuck? She's like, oh my God, your hair. Mind you, he has locks.
I know.
And when I saw them hands go up,
She went to touch his hair?
I was looking to see how he was, because bitch.
Wait. But you let these white women touch the dreadlocks of your man
Stop.
and still gave them some dick and pussy?
Hold
This
on.
is crazy. I'm ready to keep hearing.
It was like one of these.
Continue sharing.
Okay.
I love that we were fetishized by
I don't
these
know-
white lesbians.
I don't know if he pulled back, but there was like, I was looking and staring and it stopped for a second. I was
Okay.
like, okay.
Yeah.
He's giggling. He's laughing. She's like, oh my God, I'm sorry. This is my fiance. You're just so hot. Like, couldn't stop talking about how sexy he was. Then the fiance was like, oh my God, and you're my type. She started talking about she got a crush. I don't know what little Puerto Rican actress she was talking about, but I was like, she ain't I'm not who she think I am.
Okay.
So now at this point, they both want to fuck us crazy. Like, but no, wait, sorry. The other one wants to fuck him more than anybody wants to fuck anyone in the world.
Okay.
The girl's saying I'm attractive, the butch chick, but she's just like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, she's drunk, whatever. This is just, she's wilding out right now.
Okay.
I'm like, it's cool. So I looked at him and I was like, are you good? And he was laughing. He's like, I'm good. He holds my hand. He's like letting me know, like, which is very good threesome material.
Okay.
Don't let me go, nigga. I'll go wipe.
Okay.
So we start talking. They're talking about how they got engaged in Sayulita on a boat and they're so happy to be together. They've been together this many years, blah, blah, blah. The girl that was gawking used to be a Mormon. She's got kids and now she's in this lesbian relationship. So bitch, I don't know what she thought when she saw some black dick, but she was going crazy. So we realize what's going on and no one's saying anything. Finally, the butch girl, who was being very domineering, was like, listen.
Domineering?
Domineering. Like her
That's a
energy.
word.
Yeah.
Can we look that up real quick?
Domineering is a word.
Domineering.
Like domineering is in like taking over the situation. So the other girl's really drunk. She's like, girl.
I'm just trying to add a vocabulary to my dumb. Oh, bitch, you right. Okay.
Now, bitch, after two of us, you think I ain't gonna have words out?
Hey, you could make some up sometimes. Asserting one's will over another in an arrogant way.
Oh, yeah. Like, because there was a man there and she
said, I got this.
Mm-hmm. So,
okay.
Remember this confidence.
She said, I brought my strap.
Everybody.
Okay.
Remember this confidence.
Yep, I am.
She's like, so, I'm going to be honest. We've had some drinks. Mind you, Mandy, at this point, it might be 8:45. We've had some drinks. You guys have had some drinks. Clearly, I don't know if you would like to engage. Like, now she can't talk, right? I don't know if you would like to engage in making this like a thing. But like, I would love to have sex with you if you would love to have sex with me. Talking to me only. Because mind you, this bitch is damn near trying to suck his dick in the corner. I'm like, I could be down. But also, I'm like doing the high-pitched voice because I'm not sure. I don't know exactly what him and I said, but we went away for a second. And I was like, are we going to fuck these white bitches right now? And he was like laughing. I'm like, this is so crazy. Because we've talked about threesomes. I'm like, are we going to have a foursome? And I'm like, they're not ugly. And then he looks at the other chick. He's like, she has a nice body. She did. She had a really nice butt, big titties.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, she had kids.
Go ahead and try to make this better.
No, I'm seeing what he's seeing. I'm saying in this moment.
Okay.
Then the other one had mentioned that she's never had sex with a man.
So gold star. All right.
So he was like, honestly, it's not about her. Like, the fact that she never had sex with a man has got me like hard. He's like, now I'm like, that's more exciting to me.
Okay.
Because he wants to have like this first experience. I'm like, all right, fuck it. Let's fuck these whack-ass white bitches. Let's just go. So we go back over there and we're like, all right. The butch girl goes, I'd like to ask a question. Are you guys clean? And I'm laughing to myself, Mandy, because I'm like,
you're just asking. Don't want to see nothing, but
we should not be using terminology like clean or dirty.
Yes.
But it was just like, what? Okay. So, mind you, 8:45, I think.
Because who's gonna say no?
That's why I was
to
like,
that question.
What a dumbass.
Let's be very clear. In any space, if you're not asking for results, and this is the educational part, if you're not asking for up to date, when I say even up to date, within like the last 2 weeks, I would say even. If you're not asking for paperwork to ask somebody, are you clean? No one is going to be like, actually, of course I'm not. I'm dirty as fuck.
I've had one guy in my life tell me he had herpes.
Okay.
Other than that, and that was something he said on his own, maybe date number 2.
Which is good.
And I remember thinking, oh, he brought this up before we even got to the sex talk because that's the type of man he is.
Right.
I bet there are so many men walking around and probably unknowingly with something like that would never say anything.
Yep.
And he gave me the choice. I
That's
thought,
dope.
even though I didn't fuck him, I do think that was admirable. So anyway, fast forward. So I was like, yo, I need another drink. Let's go somewhere and have some other drinks. And then, we'll come to your place. She's like, our place is around the corner. Our place is around the corner. Our place is around the corner. So then at this point, he's like, God damn, yo, and me and him laughing. And he's like, well, all right, let me get a cigarette. Like, he's trying to figure out how we can get a break for a second. We got cigarettes at the house. She's like, all right, there's a cool bar by the house. Mandy, they walked us right by this goddamn bar. She's like, we'll go to Annie's or whatever it was called. I remember walking by the bar and being like, that looked like an A-N-N. What the hell is that? And
they said, we just going to take you to the room.
Bro, it's crazy. So they take us to their Airbnb. We got drinks. We get there. And I'm like, okay, how do we start this threesome? Bitch, Foursome. Nope. We'll find out.
Okay.
So we get to the house and these bitches put on Usher. And I whispered to him.
Wait, what song? That matters?
Just an Usher playlist.
Okay.
And I said, do you think they put on Usher because we black? And he was like, no, baby, they put on Usher because it's like sex music. I said,
it is.
No, they put on
That's
Usher
why I asked which one.
because we're black.
No. Like if Yeah was on, that's
These
different.
white women just put on Usher?
But if Yeah was on, that's different than Superstar. Superstar.
What's your go-to threesome music?
Oh, I say it all the time.
What?
Snow Allegra Radio. And it plays like Daniel Caesar, Snow Allegra.
Well, I'm going to put on the Brent Faiyaz, babe.
Of course. Well, we
Now
know that
Jordan
for
Ward.
you.
Shout out to you, Jordan.
Shout out to Jordan.
Threesome music.
Jordan was great. He opened up for Black. Really good.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Jordan was great. I fucked it.
No. All right. I haven't been fucking, actually. So
okay,
there's that.
Anyway. So we're sitting down. We're smoking. I think weed. Yeah, we had weed with us. Then we're having a drink. And my leg is up. And I made a joke. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm about to have a foursome. I didn't shave my legs. And I was just, I don't know where it came from.
You think this butch cared if you had motherfucking... Niggas don't care if the hair from your pussy is growing onto your inner thighs.
So then it starts with everybody's touching my legs.
Oh God. And it's prickly?
Yeah. But also everybody's legs were prickly, right?
See? Of course.
So then he's like, he's got my feet like in his lap, like on his dick. So he's like rubbing my legs. And then the one that wants to fuck him, which any women that want to be a unicorn should do this. She was like, I want to kiss you.
Okay.
So we start kissing and I was kind of over her. And so then she starts kissing him, which I was fine with. So at this point, I just want to see him get some pussy and fuck a bitch in front of me. So then the butch bitch is like, so we start making out. And it's funny because when he mentioned to me in the club, like, this is the one I want. She wasn't that butch, by the way. She was just like white girl that was wearing like surfer board outfit with like a sports bra top. Not like stud. But he was like, yeah, this is the one. So then he grabs her and starts kissing her. And I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. So I'm like, have you ever kissed a guy? And she's like, I have not. Like, it was so fucking funny. So I was like, okay, well, so the other girl just takes off her fucking clothes. And she's like, oh, no, the butch. Domineering. Let's get to the bedroom. She's setting this whole scene as if she's done it all before.
I love it.
So she was like, I have some toys. And she likes them. So, mind you, here's the funniest part of the night. Me and this nigga was drinking a lot of water because we were drunk from the night before. This is our second night there. And we were drinking a lot, trying to get ready for this shit and drinking beer with them. He's like, I'll be right back. I'll go to the bathroom. So I'm waiting for him because I'm like, I gotta pee too. Meanwhile, these bitches are trying to get in. We're like, God damn it. So we get into bed. This girl's fucking her with like a vibrator or whatever, right? And we're kind of watching. We're letting them do their thing. And then I start with the femme chick. And I'm going ham. I ain't been in a pussy in a minute. Mind you, it turned into shit the last time I tried.
It did.
So I'm getting in there and he's like on the bed. He's watching me. And I'm like, I'm going in. So the girl starts squirting.
In your face?
No. It wasn't like crazy squirt, but like, and he's, okay, thank you. And he's saying it, right? He's like, oh shit. Yo, I hate niggas got a nick, bro. He's like, oh shit, that pussy.
What he say?
He's like, oh shit, that pussy squirty. You making it squirt, okay? Like he's like talking to me. That's the only thing he said. And when he said that, I looked at the bush chick and she was like displeased. And the girl's super loud right now, right? Like the whole time she wasn't this loud. I'm not saying this to amp myself up. Me and him have went over this moment because this is where the funny started. She's screaming and it's like going in. And then I had on nails because I had just done some kind of ad. So he goes, the toy dies. And he goes, oh, you should fuck her too. Talking about the butch chick. I'm like, I can't because of my nails. And he looks at me and I look at him. I'm like, because like, I don't know what to do. Because I kind of didn't want to fuck the butch bitch because her energy got weird once the other bitch starts squirting. So he starts kissing the girl, the femme chick, and they're like fucking around. And then the butch bitch goes in the bathroom. Me being me, I don't know why I had to do this to check in, but I have to. Because I knew something was wrong.
Right.
And I've been there.
In the middle of the foursome, she removed herself. Yeah, she's clearly feeling away. Yeah.
So I went to the bathroom. I'm like, hey, mind you, this is a studio Airbnb. It's an open floor plan. We're not that far away from the bed. Maybe right there. I'm like, hey, are you okay? She's like, no, I'm not okay. Like, I didn't know this was going to bother me. And I'm like, yo, you were the one that like told us to get in the bed. She's like, I know, I just didn't know. So I know. I was like, I know, it's okay. I understand. And she's like, oh my God, you're walking me through this. I can't believe you're walking me through this. So then I'm like, yo, for a living, I'm a sex educator. I just want to make you feel better. I didn't want to say I'm a podcaster, so all your business is going to be on a podcast. But I was like, I'm a sex educator, so I just want you to know, like, I'm not feeling uncomfortable at all. This is not uncomfortable. I'm having a good time. I just want you to know we're all having a good time. She starts crying. In the middle of her crying.
Oh my God. This is how, I'm not going to lie, this is how, by the way, for y'all that like to ask about how to have a threesome or foursome
You
or
have to
include
talk
it.
before.
No. Fuck the talking. 90% of them end like this, where somebody is crying, uncomfortable, removes themselves, and now hates that this ever happened. All right, y'all, I'm back with another one of my picks. And I don't know how I did this, but we were back on the road again. This one is when we were filming in Atlanta during our Black Effect performance weekend. And we had the very great honor of sitting with someone who I adore, someone who I am inspired by, and someone whose energy was probably even more loving and caring than I could have ever imagined. Y'all, this episode is one of our biggest episodes of the year, and we are joined by the T.S. Madison. This episode is Catching Trans Chasers. Take a listen to a clip from this episode.
I really want ladies and the people out there that are watching to understand this. And this is real shit. Trans women have an aura about them. As beautiful as women are, this is why I don't feel any competition with any woman.
Yep.
I don't feel any way about any woman. I don't have any deep-rooted any feeling towards any woman, because, especially when it comes down to men, because trans women have this thing, and I figured this out the older that I got. We have this thing that it just draws men. We're not real. Hold on, because somebody gonna fuck me up.
Yep. You already know they will.
Let me get this right.
Yep.
We're real people. But I want to use this in a way, because this is how women like to say, you ain't real. You're not a real woman. You're not. Right, we're not. According to, the way that women like to say, you're not real. So I get that in there.
Right.
And it don't matter. That's the thing. It don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It does not matter if we're real or not.
To men.
To men, it does not matter.
Is it the fantasy?
I don't know if it's the fantasy. It's just the drawing. Listen, those people, the boys would come through to my line, and it would be I think it's the intriguing of, what are you?
Yeah.
And I was younger then, very young. It's like, what are you?
Do you find that, and again, today,
I really want to clear that real thing up.
Yeah, no.
Because I don't want the trans community.
No.
Because even though I am a part of the trans community, I may say things that, and I want to say this too, I may say things that may not align with the whole ideology of everybody in the community.
It's not, and that's the
listen,
thing.
Flame Monroe would be right here, be like,
Flame Monroe came on and said the things she said.
Me and Flame kind of the same, but we differ with stuff.
Well, we also just had Danielle and Dominique on, who did a wonderful, wonderful Kokomo City documentary about their experience in sex work. and people disagreed with the things they said.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you're never gonna please.
I know, but I
think
just
it's hard
want to
for
make sure
trans
that I
women to
don't
get
say like I don't want to say that we're not real. Like no, we're not real
Right.
people. We're not real. I just want to say it in the aspect of women. This is what when I'm having a altercation with women, a verbal altercation. The first thing that comes out, you're not real.
Wow.
You're not a real woman. You'll never be a real
women
woman.
are nasty. They want to go straight to calling bitches fat.
Yeah.
You're single. You ain't got kids.
You
They
ain't got
dig
no
deep.
husband.
It's crazy though, because what you said is when you said that men are like, what are like the fascination?
Yeah.
I was talking to a few friends of mine actually
Mhm.
who have played ball overseas,
Mhm.
specifically in Asia.
Which one?
Girl, we'll talk about it off air. But there's a few of them that let me know
Which
that
one?
when you make a certain caliber of money, especially like the politicians, the really rich and wealthy people, even in Dubai, all over there, Middle East and in Asia, they go to trans women.
Mhm.
Like going to even the strip clubs and things in Thailand. There's the lady boys are.
I'm not
what
gonna lie. The regular
everyone-
girls really don't. They're
No,
not doing it in Thailand.
They're not doing it in Thailand. The lady boys are like what the men are drawn to.
The lady
And
girls.
so I think having that experience over there and having people talk about trans women, and this is when I studied abroad. I was 25. I'm 33 now,
Mhm.
but having those conversations and hearing men speak about them and dating men who were into trans women. Like I had a friend that was drinking himself to death because he didn't feel like he would be accepted by his parents by it. Took him to the club, took him to the show that got bleeped out last time. Apparently I can't, promote it. But yeah, like.
Oh, you talking about Tokyo Valentino?
No. No. We can bleep it out. It's called
back to
it's
say.
called wait, I just passed that. Is that you telling me something I don't know? Girl, that's right down the street from okay.
Thursday nights, I heard.
That little smile
Really?
you just did.
Thursday night?
That's what I heard.
Oh, next Thursday. Okay, next
Why
time
is
I
it
tell you-
always T-girl Thursday? Why do
It
they
is.
always
Wait, it is.
do
It is.
that?
Why is it always Thursdays? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Is it the T? Because why it
I
on
don't.
Tuesday?
I have no idea.
Mm.
But this,
That night is always on Thursdays.
That's what I
Across
heard.
the country. at
Listen,
this point.
I wouldn't set foot in there, honey.
Okay, so
I've
wait.
graduated from that life. But
But-
I'm not
but-
looking. Let me see.
Yeah,
I
see,
gotta
no,
watch how I
no.
joke.
It's a flex.
Oh my
Wait a
God.
second, wait. But have you worked in those environments before, and how did it differ
I've
from?
hosted.
Okay.
I've hosted. I hosted an event in the clubs. But
Okay.
I'm never gonna work in there because I feel like that I'm more. Listen, I paved the way for those girls to be who they are.
I know that's
So
right. And so I want to take a step back then, because navigating then from going to the streets to having your own production company and shooting your own films.
yes.
Like, how'd you go from OBT to
Well, shit, it
Big
was
Dick Bitch?
it was 79.
Can we start at OBT?
It was 79th Street. Then
Oh.
because baby, when Miami wasn't having a good week off of 79,
You drove that 3 hour
we went up
drive?
three
I
and a half
really
hours.
want to hear about the culture of this, because today, street walking is the most lowbrow shit to anybody.
Yeah.
They don't want to either talk about it
Yeah.
or it's something that men won't even engage in.
Yeah.
Right?
Who
Because
don't-
it's so
they
no, because it's so easy
A lot
to
of them
find
stop.
the
You
website.
can find them on websites now.
So tell us
on
about
Instagram.
what it was like to be
Well, then,
Yeah.
and this is what I
in
tell
the 90s.
This
yeah.
is what I tell my daughters now, like, because I call them my daughters. I tell my daughters now, I be like, girl, y'all don't know anything. The street walk, that street walking life was, I tell you that I've had some of the best sex
Ooh.
on the hood of a car, girl.
Yeah. Stop it. Let's hear
Behind the
about it.
dumpster, the KFC, girl, honey.
I could see it.
And that's what made me have these fantasies about men having their pants around their ankles, girl. Bitch, you got to hit it and go. Listen, even when I'm in a relationship with a man, I love him to fuck me like a whore. I need that.
So being fucked like a whore, give details. What is being fucked like a whore?
Baby, pull them pants around that ankle. Let me suck that dick. Let me.
So you're not getting all the way naked.
No lovey-dovey
It's
shit.
I
Just
don't
treat
need
me
that.
like...
Just come just trash me out. We could cuddle after it's done, but because you my husband, but come trash me out. nigga.
Yeah.
Trash me out.
Tell me about a time that you felt like it was getting too crazy, like someone had too wild of a request.
Here's the thing, right? So I'm gonna take you from Publix down this line.
Oh, I wanna go.
please.
Right.
Let's.
I
go
wanna
on
walk in
this
the train.
I'm
journey.
gonna go. So I got fired from the Publix. And because boys used to come up there to the fucking job, like it was a boy used to ride his bicycle up there and just buy eggs or some shit, and I used to be like, "Why you always going?" He's like, "What you is? What you is?" And I'm like, "Bro,
What you is?
what you is?" And so we ended up, getting into some things, and he came to my house on a bike one night. He gave me $50. And I was like, well, why did you give me $50? Now, I'm young, so I don't know. You know, I've moved out.
Was he older?
Yes,
Okay.
a little bit older.
Okay.
But I've moved out because my mom was like, you can't be in my house. You know, I have sons in here. I got other sons. So you can't be in here with this stuff on.
Wow.
Can't do it.
So you
And I was like,
because I ain't Himothy no more.
I'm not here to right.
I'm not Himothy.
No, I'm not there. I'm not
Okay.
that. I'm not that boy. I'm that girl.
Okay.
And so, you know, like I'm fast forwarding because I know. So he gave me $50 off, like, from a bike. I'm like, what'd you give me $50 for? He said, I just felt like I want to give you some money. I was like, oh, because I know they let you go from that job, but they did fire me. Because of course you were coming up there to the place. And you know, then my gay mama, you know, we have our families.
House moms, yeah.
Yeah, my gay mama was she was in the business, and I didn't know what none of this stuff was. And so my next encounter was with a threesome with her and the guy, because you know I'm a well-endowed girl.
Mm-hmm. And yo, we not saying big dick bitch just because. Hello,
yeah, so crazy.
BDB Legos.
I'm a well-endowed girl, and so the guy was requesting at the time that she, you know, have another well-endowed girl, and so they knew that I was a well-endowed girl, and so I went down there, whatever, and we had a threesome. And then she gave me money. I'm like, how much back then? She gave me $100. Oh, I didn't know what
he like in the 90s.
He probably paid like $500 though.
Yeah, I didn't know. You know, but she gave me $100. So I'm like, ooh, you know. So I'm slowly introduced into prostitution, but I'm still trying to be in and out of drag because now I'm out on my own. So I have to work, you know. So I'm trying to, you know, work at different places to pay my rent, you know. And we used to ride out on the beat. And I would see other trans, like I'm from down south. I used to drive up north and I would see all these other trans women and they would have on like these bathing suits and shit like that. I was like, they were so much more advanced. And I was like, these are men. Excuse me.
Right.
I'm not going to keep doing this.
It's okay.
I'm just going to be raw to you.
You got to be raw.
We talking to Maddie at that age.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's so important because PC language, we get it. We know it's it. But I love learning where you started from.
You were there.
And so I'm just going to make this, I'm not finna keep doing this. I'm just finna tell my motherfucking story.
No, please
That's
do.
it. And that's all y'all get.
I used to think men were gay if they wanted anal sex. And now I be asking for it once a quarter. Oh. You know, so here we go. It's growth.
I love advanced. I love advanced women.
So let's get into it.
And so, you know, bitch.
Like, let me get these checks.
I was like, oh my God, these are men. These are men. Like, how did this happen? I want more. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to be you know, but I'm like, why are they selling their bodies on the street? Like, why are you walking?
You didn't even understand.
I didn't really understand. Like, why are y'all prostitutes on the street? Like, what's going on
if
here?
You look so good. That's what
like, why y'all ain't got no man taking care of you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you, there's no way possible that you are a man, you know, because you're so, you know, child going through the life, getting involved, getting work, getting the things, advancing more. And it's just like you get to the job and you've advanced more. Your titties are big, your hips is big, and you come in that bitch. And at the time, and I'm a Florida bitch.
Right.
So I didn't change my name at the time. I just celebrated my 1 year anniversary on the 18th of April for changing my name.
All right. A little bit of a controversial episode, but on October 5th, one of my favorite internet personalities came through. Dating coach Anwar White, and he gave us some advice that I thought was great. Some of y'all hated. We was about to fight over it, but either way, it got a lot of opinions going. Check out this clip.
I've been talking to my friends who think I'm kind of nuts. I give people 2 weeks and 2 weeks to see me. So I don't care where you're at on the globe. I feel like if you're interested in me and we're talking, you have 2 weeks to see me. Otherwise, I'm no longer interested. However, with wanting the 2 week mark, as well as maybe send me flowers, can I ask you, what is the difference between a woman showing up assertive and showing up aggressive? And could a woman saying that this is what they need in order to for them to feel like you're interested, could that push them away? So how do you show up between the two?
Mhm. Well, there's a difference between, it's all in communication style,
Okay.
right? There are some women that communicate in a masculine way, and there are some women that communicate in a feminine way, right? There's a difference between, I need flowers, I need you to come and see me, I need you da 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 da, versus I would feel really connected, and I would really be happy if you came to see me. There's a
Okay.
way to communicate things from a feminine energetic perspective versus a masculine energetic perspective. Masculine is thought. Masculine is action, do. Feminine is centered around the feelings and being. And I will tell you this, a lot of women of color specifically are in their masculine energy for a
Mhm.
variety of different reasons. What I know for sure, and the deeper reason behind that is because there's actually a lack of feminine energetic love when they're being raised. So a lot of Black mothers are very judgmental and highly critical. And so what happens, and also I will just say this, from a lot of fathers, they're also emotionally or physically absent. So what that teaches Black girls growing up is that they can't rely on anyone. They don't have a safe space, so they have to be their own safe space. So what happens though, and how that translates into adulthood, is that now you're in your masculine. You have to take care of everything. But the problem with that is when you're in your masculine, because relationships are about complements, they're about the yin and the yang. So when you're in your masculine, you will attract two kinds of men. One, a man that is in his dominant feminine energy, who's looking for a mother. Yeah. And two, a man that is in his hyper or toxic masculine energy. And he will want to forcibly submit
Bring your
you
ass down.
into your feminine.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah, those are the two kinds of men that will have. So one of the things that I do in my program for my clients is I help them create a balance of both the masculine and feminine, so that they can also meet men specifically, that have also a balance as well. One of the things that has happened that maybe a lot of people aren't necessarily talking about is, you know, in the 90s, we had, I don't know, 75% of our households that were run by single mothers. And that has an effect on how we bond with each other.
I'm
I want to
statistics.
I want to specifically say this affects the way that men also bond with women. So when you're talking about, I need a man to do this, this, and be very particular, it's really a defense mechanism because they've been going through a lot of bullshit, because a lot of these men have been thought to believe that they are the prize. What we call enmeshment, which means that they're raised to be a bit entitled. A lot of these single mothers will actually treat these young men growing up as surrogate partners. They call them king, they call them all these other things. And so all of the attention, everything is for them. And so they believe that that is how you are
Right.
supposed to be in relationship with women, right? And that's not necessarily the case. So when you tell me that there are a lot of women that are demanding, it is really because they've experienced a lot of men that are like that. Unfortunately, I'm not here to shit or shade on anybody. I'm here to share with you that a lot of things that maybe people aren't talking about in the context and the why behind it all.
I am absolutely understanding how you've done this 15 years. I think just the example of why we're so aggressive when asking for these things, I've even had to calm down. I don't know if you believe in astrology, but I think the only thing that's helped me is my Pisces emotional attitude that I've been able to approach things with. With all the pain from relationships, I definitely have a laundry list of things for myself that I know I need. I try not to necessarily pressure someone with them. And I'm in a relationship right now, but I have found that I may find ways to sneak them in or even make mention at what I've done to other partners. Oh, well, XYZ happened to me and they're no longer here. And I haven't really found a healthy way to talk about my boundaries without letting them know this is a hard limit. And I'm curious, when not in a relationship, but let's just say, because I don't want to speak for myself, in the dating weeds, you're starting to like someone. How do you let them know as a partner how they need to show up? Because what you just mentioned about that to me is preliminary and a really good example of it. But how can we do that once we're in it? Once we know someone's a vibe, how do we? Testing
So
that.
here's how I think about this. So we have this full courtship, right? And I always say that I think women and men think about it differently. So I think men kind of go into it with like a zero mentality, meaning I don't even know her. I don't even like her yet, right? We have to figure out if I like her. Women oftentimes will start at 100, right? And be like, okay, if he messes up, I'm taking him down to 90. And we wait until he gets to a certain point before. So I say all that to say, many women do exactly what you just said. I want to make sure that he stays at 100, which is my idealized version of who I want him to be, instead of letting him be who he is, right? Which means kind of I want women to actually start from zero and allow him to prove himself in a lot of different ways. So I say all of that to say, I don't want you to tell him exactly what you want or what you need, not early in the courtship. I always think that the date 3 is a huge inflection point in the courtship. It shows a level of investment. And so from first conversation to date 3, you're in observation mode. You just need to see what his homeostasis is, what his natural way of being is. Because you can give him the answers to the test, and he can cram and copy them and perform for a good 3 weeks, 3 months. But is that his natural way of being?
Is date 3 related to the sex time?
Excuse me?
See,
I feel like most people have sex around date 3. Is that in relation to when you just said date 3 is an investment?
Date 3 is an investment. Most women have sex on date 3 because there's a passive and active pressure that happens on date 3 that comes from film, media, all of these other things, and pressure from the patriarchy, right? That's just something that is expected of them. Many of them understand that, know that, and feel like they have to. That's why there's like a bit of a dip when it comes to after date 3, because also men are expecting that as well.
That's interesting because
my boyfriend just said this thing about date 3 to me. Okay. We had sex on date 3, right? And he said, I was like, what did we have sex on date 4? He said, for some reason in my brain, and this is someone who can have sex with whoever he wants, right? Most men can. He's like, in date 3, if I'm not feeling an intense sexual energy, I start to think, are we better as friends? And I actually don't know if that's pressure he's putting on someone or if it's where his brain thinks from the interest of the woman. So I agree with you. It is something that people are just used to happening. Because to say that you're not sure if it doesn't get there, he's like, maybe she's not that into me. To be honest, I kind of get it too. Remember when I was dating that guy who wasn't having sex with me? And I was like, he must not be there? The guy from Dreamville. The same thought. Date 3 happened, date 4. And I was like, oh yeah, he wants to be my friend.
I mean, to me, it's interesting because for what I know dating to look like currently, it takes so long to get to date 3 because people are juggling and dating so many different people at once. And not only are they not actively going on dates, they're spending a lot of time texting, having phone conversations, FaceTiming, DMing, sending memes. There's so many actual conversations happening before you meet a person in person. And then so to get to date 3, sometimes getting to date 3 can take a month or 2 with one person because you're actively dating other people. So I find that a little bit difficult or maybe not something that could be related to people that are actively dating multiple people.
And so are you recommending that women date one man at a time?
No, never.
Okay, good.
Always date multiple. I call it Olympic dating. You need to have a gold medalist, a silver medalist, and a bronze medalist at all times.
I think that's the difficulty, though, that I'm seeing as well. I think right now with social media and women being okay with this concept, it's almost like our attention spans, the same way it's related to music and now TV shows. We're upset when the whole season isn't there available to us and we have to wait even a week for a new episode. Our attention spans are so short that we're constantly seeking, okay, if he's not all the way on me, I just want someone else to be. And that's what I realize myself and my friends are navigating with dating right now. Like, there's just so many that after 2 weeks, I'm no longer interested in him. They're just falling by the wayside.
Most of them will.
Okay.
And that's why you date multiple men.
Okay.
And you keep dating multiple men.
All right. My last pick. It wouldn't be right. we listen to you whores, and you guys love our solo episodes. So I went through all of our solo episodes, and where you might have thought it was me dating the couple or the threesome, or did I have a foursome this year? I didn't. Nope, didn't have one of those. It's not me talking about my celibate journey or my sobriety or going to the top of the year when I ran into my ex. It's not any of that. My last favorite episode of this year is when I thought I was going to meet my maker. That's right. It is me sharing the story of ending up in the emergency room with a kidney infection due to going from my ass to my pussy. I'm convinced it wasn't actually dehydration. I'm convinced it wasn't my eating habits or the wet bathing suit I stayed in all day at the beach with this man. I'm convinced I got a little lit and didn't do the proper wipe off between him going from my ass to my pussy, which inevitably, y'all know I don't know big words, led me to the emergency room fighting for dear life. Y'all, this is an episode that we posted on July 1st, and it is titled Needles, UTIs, and Turtlenecks. So y'all, please check out this episode, again, where a bitch almost died.
Nah, she can't say that.
Houdini yoga, bitch.
Wait, and Mandy's not drinking right now.
And I ain't drank all week. You know why? Because my horrible decision. Let's get into it. Now, y'all, before we get into doing this, I am not sure how this came about. It came about, however, I would assume one of three ways. I did have really good, nasty sex where he did go from my ass to my pussy. And I was so drunk, I don't know if it was wiped in between or not. So that's part one.
No, that was
So
it.
this could have absolutely came
Yeah.
from really nasty, raunchy sex. I also went to the beach and stayed in my bathing suit.
Nope.
Wait,
It was
no, don't just say it.
it was definitely number one.
Also, I did just I started feeling it, and I was telling Wolf, in Dallas is when I first started kind of feeling weird. And apparently, high stress and heat and dehydration can also lead to it. You say, what is it? So it is a UTI.
Yeah, it was one. And I think we can all in the room agree.
Yes.
Heat, stress, beach, bitch. It was ass to pussy.
It probably was the ass to pussy. But I want to say,
You didn't suck it to clean it off? That shit don't work, but
bitch, so here's the thing. I was on it. I was drunk and on shrooms. So there was quite a bit of parts where I don't remember how we got from point A to point B.
By the way, the ass to pussy shit, my homegirl's been getting UTIs a lot lately. Can't figure out why. She's been having gastro issues, right? Turns out when you have diarrhea, there's an increased risk of UTI just because everything is kind of everywhere when you're wiping. And it's probably the same.
Well, not only that, ladies, tight jeans, wiping wrong, eating certain foods. There are a lot of things that can cause UTIs. And this is why I wanted to share this story here today. So basically, I misdiagnosed myself, I would say, for about a week. So when we were in Dallas, I was like, dang, I had to keep using the bathroom. But I felt like, because I was drinking a lot of water, because we was outside and I was drinking liquor. So I was like, but I had to use the bathroom in an amount of times that I can.
We all been
Mind
there.
you, the UTI symptom that I normally get is I have to use I feel like I have to use the bathroom.
And nothing comes out.
Nothing comes out. So I'm like,
That's the word.
maybe this ain't a UTI because I'm actually pissing.
Excuse me.
So I go to the CVS, I get Azo, I take the Azo, and I'm like, okay, don't think anything of it. I get back to New York and my side is hurting. Bitch, I think I just sat on the plane wrong. That's how much, bitch, I'm in the living room doing my little yoga poses.
Wait, you had no more UTI symptoms?
My piss was a little strong, but I was like, well, bitch, maybe I ain't drinking enough water.
Strong like scent or yellow?
Strong scent. So I was like, okay. Mind you, I stopped taking the Azo because I was like, I'm peeing normal. Maybe, maybe I'm just not drinking enough water. Then my side's hurting and I'm just like, maybe I sat on the plane wrong. All I know is, y'all, let's fast forward. Friday night. So this is about a week after I started feeling the symptoms. I was with my homegirl earlier. Oh, this is the third misdiagnosis. I'm with my homegirl on her rooftop and we drinking and I just get cold out of nowhere. Bitch, I thought because the sun went behind a cloud. I literally just start getting really cold. I'm like, bitch, you ain't cold. Bitch, it's June in New York. It's a little nippy. It's a little nip. I go and put on my jacket. She give me a Tylenol. Boom. Chill, stop. Go home, go to sleep. Y'all, no fucking lie. I wake up, it's like 1:30 in the morning. I'm freezing. Like, freezing. So I'm like, damn. Go to put the heater on. I get in a robe and I get underneath my comforter set. Baby, I'm freezing for about 30 minutes. Like teeth chattering, like camel, like freezing. To where a bitch almost thought she was gonna chip a motherfucking veneer. Like, my teeth would not stop. Like, all I know is 2:00 in the morning, I call Mama Tammy. And I just call her, and I'm under, and I'm freezing. My whole body at this point, I feel my muscles
Did you think you were
spasming.
having a
Bitch, I thought I was dying. I thought I was about to meet my motherfucking maker, bitch. I call my mom, and the first thing I'm like, Mommy, I'm so cold. I said, and I just said, something's wrong. And all I could say is, something is wrong. Bitch, I start crying. And then now I realize, once you realize something is wrong with you, bitch, now everything in I thought I was gonna die. I went from just telling my mom something's wrong to immediately my side hurt even worse. I'm acknowledging like what's happening with my body. And I literally cannot move out my bed. I'm so cold. My hands are shaking. My fucking thing is trembling. I get up because my mom is like, call the ambulance. Now, I know I'm about to die.
But how much is it?
But bitch, I said, I ain't paying that motherfucking ambulance bill. I said,
Nigga.
hey, here go my mama.
Hold on.
Here go my mama clearly lying too, because she was like, girl, it's only like $500. Bitch, I said this shit on live. They was like, no, bitch, it's like $2,000-$3,000.
$500 with insurance.
Yeah, bitch, exactly. And bitch, no, I don't have that.
Bro, my mom wasn't feeling good recently in LA. And I was like, how bad is it?
Literally. No.
Can Stephanie come get you? Or do you need now?
Oh, I ain't gonna hold you. I told my mama, I said, baby, it's given Uber. I said, an Uber gonna get here before an ambulance get here. So I was like, I ain't even calling no ambulance. I'm just gonna get up, get dressed. So I put some shit on and I said, Mom, the Uber downstairs in 2 minutes. I'm finna get in the Uber. This is how you know I felt like I was gonna die. She said, stay on the phone with me. Bitch, it was giving that moment in the movie.
It's comfort.
No, fuck comfort, bitch. You know, like, I ain't gonna hold you. You know, like, when you get shot, and I ain't never been shot, but you know when you watch a movie, and they be like, stay with me. Just think of some happy moments. I felt like my mama was doing that, because I was like, Mom, I can't. I'm shaking, I'm shivering.
In an Uber?
And now I feel like, oh, and we gonna talk about the motherfucking Uber driver. So man. I get in the Uber, and I'm in my thing. Mind you, tears coming down my eyes. Clearly it say Mount Sinai Hospital, nigga. You my ambulance. I need you to work like an ambulance. That nigga was stopping at the yellow light.
Oh, hell
It was only 11 minutes away. That shit took, my mama kept saying, you ain't there yet? I said, he keeps stopping and I don't know why. And now I'm just like talking.
He wasn't saying nothing?
Bruh, the little motherfucker was, maybe he wanted 5 stars, so he was driving safe. Nigga, it's 2:00 in the morning. Ain't nobody on the road. Go through them goddamn yellow lights. Like, you're literally taking me to the hospital. So my mom is talking me through, like, everything that's happening to me. And I'm just like, she was like, does it hurt? Mind you, shout out to my mama. She on Google. She like, it's probably your appendix. It could be your kidney. Is anything else hurting? Your back hurt? My mom, you know, she a nurse, so she kind of love this shit. She was like, I feel like, no. She didn't love me being,
but she loves figuring it out.
She loves figuring it out. So anyways, I get to the hospital. They take all of my vitals in the front. And a part of me, this is where I was like a little mad, but then I was a little happy. All of my vitals, so my blood pressure, my heartbeat, and I didn't have a fever. So those came back normal, which I ain't really like, because then I felt like they took their time.
How long they made you wait?
I'm not gonna lie. They probably made me wait a total of like maybe 30, 40 minutes. And then they put me on
that long.
Then they put me on a bed. Put me on a little stretcher. Bitch, I literally felt like I was in like fucking House. Like, you know,
I didn't watch it.
You've never watched House? Bitch, I was like, oh my God, I'm on a little bed. And they pushing me through. And then they gave me the little, not really a room. They turned a hallway into all these little rooms with these little curtains.
Triage,
so
right?
they put me there.
That's not triage.
So they put me there.
That's where you go to.
They go immediately to give me fluids. They go to give me pain medicine.
What made you stop shaking the fluids?
The I was shaking the whole time. I would say then maybe the fluids and the pain medicine kind of stopped it for a little bit. And then I was like, okay, I'm no longer shaking. Great. So then they make me piss in a cup, they draw my blood, and they gave me a CAT scan. Y'all, all of these symptoms, the UTI ended up becoming a kidney infection. So my kidney is what caused me to literally feel like I jumped off the Titanic and told Jack I'll never let go. Bitch, that is how cold I am. I swear to God, for life, I've never been this cold in my life. I've never felt this. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. Like, it was the worst feeling ever. I don't even know what this goddamn medical bill is about to be. But basically, they put me on, and this is why I wanted to share, because I know we've been giving a lot of like just tips and things. So I ended up buying piss test strips, which you guys can get. Oh, bitch, I'm about to be testing my piss every week.
Stop saying piss.
What? Why I can't say piss? I'm about to piss on that
Piss
motherfucker.
test strips.
The piss test strips. They really for your pH, but it can let you know if there's any bacteria.
Yeah,
or,
I've used them.
Or so, bitch, I bought them and I'm about to keep them in I'm about to travel with them hoes. Also, they gave me ciprofloxacin. Someone told me how to fucking pronounce it, but it's ciprofloxacin. That's what it spelled like. And this is something you could get in Mexico, ladies, but it's cheap. So when you go, get you some Cipro, which is an antibiotic. And if you take an antibiotic, make sure you get diflucan, which is fluconazole. That is a prebiotic which you want to take. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a yeast infection. My pussy been out of commission for the last week. No liquor, no coffee, no spicy foods.
What are you doing, man?
Bitch, reading, writing, fucking watching TV, catching up on tunes. I don't fucking know. I'm like, holy shit, I can't do anything. I will say, though, the fucking feeling, like, and again, I think everyone listening, men and women both, done had a UTI. For it to reach my kidney, like, I ain't even like know they was that important. I was like, bitch, the kidney is like, you can't, y'all know you can't live without one?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, well, I think you could live without one, but not what they important as fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't know that because nothing ever happened to my kidney.
Well, now it did.
Nigga, now it did. And then my mama scared me. Then my mama was like, bitch, now that it got a little bit infected,
Your mother was a nurse, you say, and you didn't know the kidneys?
First off, I didn't talk to my mom about nothing about the hospital because I don't like blood.
Okay, y'all. Episode 375 was with Sisters Who Kill. We taped this in Atlanta, got to meet our girls. I have heard about this show for so long, listened to some stuff here and there. So happy to be able to have them on camera. And also, Tomb Raiders, Womb Raiders. Y'all, this shit is crazy. If you ain't hear about this shit, go ahead and check this out.
With Crimes of Passion, what do you see, or what have you, with all the research, with all the stories, do you see are like the top 3 things that lead women to tick, tick, boom? Because if men are listening here, we just sat here and talked about how we kill their ass. Let's keep them from making the mistakes that might get their asses killed. So what are like the top 3 things that women are like, I've had enough?
I have 2.
Okay.
Cheating and really leaving them.
Wait, women kill for leaving too?
You ain't going nowhere, nigga.
So men, that's what I've experienced in my direct proximity, is that those normally are men. Like, women wanting to finally leave and men being like, if I can't have you, nobody can.
Mm-hmm. What's interesting is that a couple of the cases that we've come across where the man wanted to leave had to do with the woman not being able to have a child. And so she would end up killing another woman who is with child, sometimes posing as if she's pregnant. We've done a couple of cases where the woman is like literally at term and she'll go sneak into her. She's befriended her, go into her house, slice her open, steal the baby.
Oh my God. Sorry.
Goes to the hospital and says, I just had this baby, and leave that woman dead. And she did it to one girl on her wedding day. On her wedding day, her husband was sitting at the altar wondering where his wife was, and she was being murdered by their friend.
Wait.
What?
She sliced a baby out of her stomach.
They're called womb raiders. Yep.
Womb raiders.
And it, like she said, it's not because they want a baby. 9 times out of 10, it's
He want a baby.
or like trying to please that person.
Do you hear this? This the clip, nigga.
I did not know that. Wow. How often are you said a couple of stories.
I think we have
happen
at
like
least 3 when we're there.
We've got at least 3. We try to stay away from cases that involve children. So you get them once a month, once
Sporadically.
every month. But yeah, it happens. And apparently it has increased in the United States over the past couple of years by like 3%. People want children, and most of the time they're doing that because they want to keep a man.
I mean, there's
my body language. I can't even move.
there's Killer Sally.
I'm
There's a
shook.
lot of things recently too. I know people being in domestic violence type of relationships that are both physical, sexual, emotional. That definitely leads women as well to feeling like that's their only way out.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a good third.
That's a good third,
Yeah.
right?
And I think money.
Money?
But then I think just focusing on the crime of passion part of it, I think it would be the domestic leaving. And
I mean,
Now,
with
money, do you find that the money is because they're trying to get the insurance payout type thing?
absolutely.
yes,
It
which
always is, yeah, usually.
wow.
Okay.
One time a girl killed her sister's man
What? Just to get some money?
because he was a lottery winner. He won the lottery and he was taking care of the entire family. So married the girl's sister. And so the girl it was her and her bum boyfriend. And they both needed some more money, even though he was already fronting their lifestyle. So they decided they were
Wow.
going to kill him.
Wow.
And they were supposed to rob him, but they ended up killing him. And then there's a lot for insurance.
Oh, I'm not gonna hold you. If I won the motherfucking lotto, I'm just disappearing. Y'all ain't gonna know. Podcast over.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in another country.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I'm disappearing. Name change. A bitch might put a
Actually,
wig on.
Here's a good
Y'all-
question, though.
I'm gonna have to get a voice change. I
How
don't
much
know
money
how, but
would
I
make
will.
you fall off the earth? Because I recently was talking about this with Risa Tisa, right? So we did an episode on Patreon, me and Akeem, about Risa. And he's like, she about to quit her job soon and she about to be rich. I'm like, she not gonna quit her job. He's like, of course she is. She's about to make mad bread. And I'm thinking to myself, nah, you not quitting a job for brand deals, are you? So it poses the
job?
question, how much money would make you stop everything else? Because to me, if I won like $3 million, $4 million, I wouldn't.
No, because that could be gone.
How much money would make you cut everything off and move?
I'm a cheap hoe, so go ahead. My price is probably a little lower.
She was like, y'all not stopping at 3 million, real?
No, I mean, I keep going at 3 million, but if when you hit those big money, like the 200 million, 150 million, but then you have to think about you're giving half of that back in taxes.
No, I'm going somewhere without taxes.
What if you win the lottery in America? You gonna
Where?
owe Uncle Sam?
I don't know.
Delaware?
But I'm going. I don't know, bitch. I'm gonna find it. There's somewhere. Oh, Switzerland. They be nice in the banks or something.
You gonna be a sovereign citizen?
Listen, sure will.
Hawaii's 3%.
Sure will. Hawaii's only 3%?
And to be fair, the money going to Hawaiians as indigenous people, that's a pretty, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
they don't want us there. I know you keep trying to make it. Hawaii does not want us there, bro. They don't want tourists. Y'all know Weezy want to go back to Hawaii. And I be like, bro, they do not want us
No,
there.
the Hawaiians was
You
telling
keep talking
me.
about the indigenous people. They don't want you there, bitch. Get your black ass off the goddamn island.
When COVID hit, it was very difficult for businesses to stay
Here we
afloat
go, because
there
niggas
was no
getting
money
sick.
pouring into the economy. Then on top of even Maui with the fires, you remember when that happened?
Mm-hmm.
All of them were talking about how grateful they are that we were on their part of the land, that we were keeping.
Girl, they don't even like what Oprah doing for them. They said, just get the fuck out, y'all. We got this. We got the fires because y'all keep coming over here.
Now I feel like the portion of you that wants to call the police. Well, I'm going. Okay. Now, let's dig into it. So Taz told me y'all had some stories. We really want to know. Who are some of the craziest bitches y'all done covered? Womb Raider, I actually don't feel like I can come back from that.
Womb Raider is crazy. That's pretty wild.
By the way, for the Womb Raider stories for most or the cases, are they mostly women that they know?
They will befriend these women
Mm-hmm.
on the internet.
Wow.
Like these mommy,
But sometimes
these
it can
mommy
be people
Facebook
you know.
groups.
Hold on, talk about the mommy
Listen,
Facebook
these
group.
Whoa.
mommy Facebook groups, these little support groups, these women are out here faking their pregnancy. You see it all the time where people are faking their pregnancy and they get close to these women. They trust these women. They throw each other baby showers. And in reality, these women are not pregnant. It is an actual thing. Like my friends that just had babies, they were like, we were super selective about the information that we took, about who we reached out to. If people were like, oh, we should be friends, we should be mommy friends, you were like, We're not making mommy friends. We're just on these Facebook groups for information.
Niggas, so they
Wow.
can steal kids? What the
They
fuck?
are stealing children.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
So you cut it open.
Because technically you're supposed to survive, right? It's a cesarean section. And so if you're technically you're supposed to survive, but if they're bleeding out, you don't know how to take care of them. You don't know how to make sure that they're sewn up correctly. They're going.
So these women are dying.
Yeah, they're bleeding.
But how
to
are
death.
they getting them to the point where like you can even cut their stomach open? Like they're
Push them. They 9 months pregnant. Push them. They fall. Cut.
Or stab them.
Yeah.
She stabbed her in the neck and then cut her. She was just making sure that the abdomen was taken care of, and the babies survive.
Wow.
Bro, can you imagine you're born?
No.
No.
Just no. Wherever you're taking this.
One
no.
of them, where the husband was waiting at the altar, they said that he went to the hospital because somebody finally told him to go to the hospital, and they saw the daughter. He was like, "Where's my daughter?" And they were like, "Sir, this is not your child." And he threw a fit. They said all the newspaper articles were like, he was not having it because, of course, the white people right now was like, he was probably going up and down those hospitals like, "This is my child. Do a DNA test. Do a DNA test." But the woman, the murderess, she was refusing medical service. And, you can do that. So if she's refusing to be tested or for them to look at her, and she says, "This is my newborn baby," they're inclined to believe her. So it wasn't until he made a huge fuss and he was like, no, this woman is crazy. That is my child, not her child. And finally they did a DNA test and he was able to take his daughter home.
And the wife didn't make it.
She didn't make it on their wedding day.
The psychological warfare in his own life following that instance.
I have a new theory. Here's when I'd become a killer. Put me in jail for some other shit. Then a bitch like that come into jail, I'll kill that hoe.
That's ridiculous.
Like, I do believe in ganging up on people that are terrible. Like, I think that's okay.
The jail politics.
I'm
for that.
Yeah, that's a whole nother.
Someone came in there and did something with kids, kill that nigga. I'll help.
Well, that's a wrap. You've heard our favorite moments of 2024. 2025, we may be having some horrible moments, but for now, we're Decisions. Every single Monday, you can check out brand new episodes of Decisions on the Black Effect and iHeart Network and everywhere you get podcasts. On Tuesdays, get your dose of horrible decisions only on patreon.com/horrible decisions and a brand new show, You've Got Decisions, every single Wednesday on the Black Effect and iHeartRadio Network. Happy New Year's, Merry Kwanzaa and shit. Peace.